order. We have quorum. Roll call, and we'll start with Aaron.
James,
Mayor present.
Glasser present.
Tom?
Libby Wright, President.
Okay, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, do we have any public comments?
We do not have any public comments.
Okay, has everyone had a chance to read the previous agendas that were in the packet?
Yes.
Anyone have any? Oh,
Could you please approve the agenda format?
oh, I'm sorry. I approve the agenda format. The previous minutes from January 3rd and January 16th. Did anyone have any comments or changes to add?
So approved. So approved.
So approved. Unfinished business, none. New business, applications for certificate of appropriateness, fence installation, none. Modifications to approve certificate of appropriateness, none. Renovations minor, none. This is good. Renovations, additions, and new construction. Number 1, 514 Washington Avenue.
Good evening. Thank everyone for coming out. I do have one correction for this application for 514 Washington Avenue. The applicants are Diane and Evan Laws, and this is for a certificate of appropriateness as we had a pre-application meeting back in November. The roof pitch existing is 412 and the roof pitch proposed is 412. You will see on the application it does say 612, but it is 412. I wanted to correct that. Okay, the applicant is seeking to do the following: remove the existing 72 square foot uncovered front porch and rebuild a new 146.4 square feet covered front porch, including the steps, replace the existing fiberglass door, and you'll see it is a different design. It is a fiberglass door with a different design, which is a half moon pane with a 4-panel front door with a new 6/1 fiberglass door. And then also in the rear, the same, a new fiberglass 3/2 door. They're taking out the same 4 half moon pane door. As you move on down, they're also wanting to replace the 1/1 vinyl and aluminum windows with 1/1 single hung vinyl windows. They would like to replace the existing aluminum siding with new fiber cement siding. And on the side, you will see that they would like to remove the existing side door and replace it with a new 1/1 single hung vinyl window. And in the back, we're moving along to the back, they would like to construct a 1-story, 146.4 square foot addition on the rear. And then, of course, also in this application, the concrete steps on the side, they'll of course be removed because that door is being proposed to be a window now. And an outdoor shower located on the side of the house will be removed and it will not be replaced.
That's just what I was getting ready to ask you, because it was not part of the original structure.
No, it will not be replaced, and the applicants, and I do believe their contractors are here if you have any questions. If you go over to page 2, all the materials are listed. The zoning is in compliance. And was a non-contributing. It was not listed in our historic registry.
And did you say it might have been confusion? You said one of the doors are going to be replaced with a new half-moon door
No, the doors now
or half-moon?
are half moon.
So there'll be the other.
That's like a half moon design,
are
yes.
completely different. Okay,
Yep.
it's fine.
Yeah, the new doors are going to be the rectangle as proposed. They have all that included in the packet.
Um,
If you have any other questions, like I say, they're here. And if you see the existing front and side doors, they do have a picture of the half moon that we're talking about.
or if you want to address the windows.
The windows are the original windows,
Oh,
correct?
sorry.
Yes.
If you'll come up, please, and introduce yourself for the record.
I'm Evan Laws.
Diane Laws.
This is
I'm
our
sure
contractor.
Contractor.
Who,
Tycott Remodeling.
the windows are the original.
With the original build of the house, I believe so, yes,
Right,
sir.
I applaud you for buying that house. Yeah, I
Thank
really
you.
do. It's,
got
it's
potential.
it was built really well.
It was.
Because it was built by the federal government.
Right.
FHA.
So it's got good bones,
Great location.
perfect location. No, that's the only, and the windows are vinyl, double clad,
Yes, sir.
The
Yes.
moldings.
Yes,
half
it
inch,
is.
3/4 of an inch.
Half inch, which we plan on putting AZAC trim around it.
Okay,
make 'em
does it
wider.
have a sill?
No sill, sir.
Has to have a sill.
Well, it actually has a sill, but we're gonna do vinyl around it. It's got like a 3-inch metal thing that's not attached to nothing, so we gotta build one out.
The
Right.
sill is like a little lip,
Yeah, it's real tiny. It's only this big,
but
but I'm
They
keeping
came
it.
with the window, it's only that big.
Yeah, but it
but-
didn't come with the window. They actually put a board in there and covered it with metal. And it's-
Right.
So we're gonna take that out, replace it, and then do an AZAC trim around it.
Okay, because in the guidelines, it calls for an 1.5 inch sill.
Yes, that's exactly what's there, but there's no wood under it. It's just a piece of metal.
Okay, just so you keep that in mind.
Yes, sir.
so
Thank you.
that's what it will have.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
1.5 inch sill
Yeah, it's
at the
about
bottom.
this big, yes. And then the vinyl around it to square it out, like the rest of the town.
Correct, that's fine.
Awesome.
Just, that's the way all of them are in town,
Yeah,
is most of the windows have sills.
every one of them,
And what it does, it gives you that dimension of shadow.
exactly.
So it resembles old windows versus new windows.
I
That's,
understand.
that's
Exactly.
why I'm a
It's gonna look
stickler on the
existing.
windowsills.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. I applaud you for buying that house. It's a
Thank you.
great little house.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do
Thank
we
you.
have any other questions?
What year was the house built?
74, right?
I thought it was like 60,
But Heather told us 1960.
Sorry.
I thought it was in their mid-60s.
Sorry, it was not listed in the National Registry, so I'm not for
I
sure.
want to say around 70 to 74.
Yeah.
Because I talked to the neighbors, and all those FHAs are the
They were
same,
all built at the same time.
identical. Yep.
And there's a foundation that they never rebuilt or
That
built
foundation
on.
was solid, beautiful foundation.
Yep. However, yeah, that's what I figured. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Patricia?
Oh, this is just a curiosity question. What color is the house going to be?
Well, it
We haven't
was,
decided.
oh, yeah, I know. We were going to keep it blue for the blue house on Washington, but then the neighbor painted their house blue. So,
We're in the air
So-
with that. Right now, I'm gonna put
Yes.
in hardy plank, unfinished, and let her pick a color, and we're gonna paint it. We're gonna try and not make it very colorful.
Yeah,
for
it's
Yes,
not gonna
we're
be
gonna
a
try to tone that
blue,
down.
Orange trim. It's gonna be,
No, but I mean, you're not going to get painted, Hardy.
No, because we're undecided with the color. I would have, but we only got a couple options to pick from, but I'm gonna shoot it with
We
Benjamin
really
Moore.
don't have any purview over
Oh, no,
color.
it's just
Curious.
curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
so you
hot
can
pink.
paint any color you want to.
Except purple.
And the
Thank
front-
you very
I,
much.
I would
Yeah.
imagine though it'll
Thank
be
you.
a bluish color, but just a little bit more toned down than what it is now, so.
Yes.
And the front porch is gonna be a full vinyl porch, vinyl
Yes.
posts and rails. We're gonna leave the original decking and make it look brand new.
The
We're gonna
deck
follow
has
it.
to run perpendicular.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. You got it all down.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tracy.
Someone propose
I'll make a motion to be,
Make a motion
yeah, that it's
Second,
to approve.
approved for,
second,
Second.
yes.
yeah,
Patricia, second.
yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, approved. That was easy. Next. 10 Tazewell.
Hello, this, 62, this is 10 Tazewell Avenue. The applicant is Coastal Craftsman Builders, but the owners are here tonight if you have questions, which are Steve and even Ava. So this is a contributing structure, circa 1920 is what is listed in the National Registry. So here we go. The applicant is seeking to remove the 84 square foot enclosed rear porch and construct a 228 square foot rear addition. And then next door to that, it's a 192 square foot screened-in rear porch. And then the rest of the rear and on the coming out toward the side is going to be a 204 square feet rear side deck, and then a 306 square feet side addition on the one-story single-family dwelling. The application also includes.
What's the total square footage of all the additions?
Sure. If you'll excuse me, I do have that. Proposed of all. Oh. My apologies, I have a couple different measurements here that we did for zoning.
Struggling at times.
Nope, but that's fine. So with the buildings only, they are at 2,864 square feet for the proposed all with everything on the lot, because this is a double lot, keep in mind. They are at 4,950.78, which means 46.80%. And just to let you know, as I did put in red, because I'm not done going through the application yet, but as you'll see at the bottom, and on the site plan, there was another accessory structure listed as a shed. That is not being proposed, nor is it being approved tonight by the Historic District Review Board or by zoning. So let me go back. So we did not cover the doors for the accessory structure. As you'll see right now, I do believe it is just some maybe some drywall up. They would like to actually they're going to make doors to put there. But you're not going to use those doors. And then they would like to install additional fencing on the rear, and they're going to make that fencing to match what exists.
Just to clarify, the accessory structure is the garage or the shed?
There's one located, so if you see the site plan here, this is the site plan that was included in the packet. The shed, the 15 by 16 shed, that is not at all on this application.
It's not.
It's not for this application tonight. It's not even on the property, nor is it being applied for. Yeah, just don't worry about that. And the owners are here if you have any questions. The accessory structure that you're dealing with tonight is the one-story brick garage, and you're dealing with the doors, the front doors.
The front doors, but not the garage part of it, or?
No, just the front doors, because right now it is, sorry, I'm going through my pictures. I separated it out in the packet for you. So here's what it looks like now. The existing garage, it doesn't have doors. So they would like to actually make custom doors to put there. But I don't think these are going to be access doors. I do believe the access, and you can ask that for the applicant. I believe the access is going to be from the rear. Yeah. So,
So the garage will be part of, it's gonna be like a livable, you're converting the garage into,
yes, but that just that has not been applied for yet through zoning either. So right now, we're just dealing with the doors. That's all historic goes. And like I said, if you have any additional questions about the exterior,
So we're really not talking about the garage either.
yes, you're talking about the garage doors. They're applying to make custom-made doors for the garage. That's what I was just showing you. That's what Patricia was asking
The
about.
garage
there's
is
also
existing.
doors, these are doors on the other side, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the rear, yeah, I do believe,
Entrance door.
yeah. They're calling that the main door, so I think that's the door on the back.
Is there an alley there?
It is.
Yes.
So the garage doors face the alley.
No, the doors that you're talking about is on Harbor Avenue.
It's on a corner.
Yeah, this lot's on a corner,
Okay.
okay?
Is there access to the alley from the corner?
Here,
It is.
that's where the alley is, right there.
Look at you, site plan. It's fine.
Can you see?
This is home,
Yeah.
and the doors come out onto Harbor, and there's the alley.
Okay. So the doors face,
I'll bring them up. If you all will come up.
I saw the word, build out.
I'm sorry?
I saw the word build out when you were, they're not doors, but they look like doors. I
Yeah.
saw the word build out and I didn't understand.
Yeah, so
what you meant by that.
currently, the owner before us started the process, and they actually put installation. So right now, there's only green installation. So
I can't hear
something-
you.
Oh, sorry. So right now, there's a green installation in the doors, what used to be doors, and that's all there is. And something needs to go in front of it. I have a photo here somewhere.
Does the garage have a side entrance or a regular door, a 3-0 door?
So on the side, so you have Harbor Avenue, and in the back is the back alley. It does not have direct access to the back alley. It has another access facing the backyard to the
So
side.
I see that, but it doesn't say door. So there is a other access, a swing door
Yes, yes,
to the building?
yes,
Okay. Are you replacing that?
yes. It's a hole right now.
It's a hole.
It's open. So
Okay.
we would like to put the door in that was proposed for egress and ingress, and close the garage doors, which are already closed, but they only have installation. They don't have any other coverage on it right now.
I had a question about some of the drawings that, I'm confused, for example, this says back side. Is it the back of the house or the side of the house?
For the addition?
It's actually the backside. It was the way he formed the
Yeah.
words together. It's the backside of the house.
Yeah.
There's a little, like, bump out in one of the pictures. Let me find it here.
Uh-huh.
You're not covering the brick on that.
No covering the brick, but
You're
there
just
will,
changing the windows.
that's where there will also be a side, there's also going to be a side addition.
Okay, so
But-
that'll be open and you'll have a new
If
addition.
you,
Yeah.
if you look at that picture,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
confused about
No
that.
brick will be covered.
But you're replacing the windows.
when and where necessary.
Yeah, only for the additions, only
When
with the
and where
additions.
necessary
Well, it's
is
our,
ambiguous,
understood.
okay?
It's our intent to
So-
reuse what we can reuse.
So the windows are only going to be replaced in the additions, not anywhere on the main house. We're keeping the original windows and the integrity of the house.
Okay, because the picture that I have has the 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. It has to be replaced with a 4 over 1, as you know.
Yes.
You know that.
None of the main house,
See-
I don't know,
See
can I
that
see the
picture
picture?
right there? That's what you have to replace.
Yes.
But they're saying you're not replacing any of the windows in the main house.
No, we're not.
That's not the main house?
It is the main house, but they're not replacing any of those windows.
Mine says remove window, please.
Because that's where the
Because it's going to be
addition
an addition.
There's an
is.
addition.
They're taking the windows out because it's going to open to the addition.
Yes.
That wall won't be there anymore.
So the window's not gonna be replaced at all.
Yeah, the drawings, it was a little complicated figuring out what was staying and what wasn't.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Okay.
So on this particular picture, the one that Herb was talking about, so if these two windows are removed, then the part that you're building out is in front of the brick?
Correct.
We'll come out from there.
It'll come out from there, but you're not removing brick.
No, the brick will stay. Because it's only the screened-in porch where the brick is right now, is the screened-in porch is going to be in front of, and then where the siding is going to be extended into a larger room.
Okay, so this window is gonna be inside, or will it turn into a door?
Into a door,
Into a-
correct. That will
There'll
be
be an opening
the same opening, except we'll turn that into a door that takes you out to a screened porch. And the other side where it's now siding, that's going to be coming out as an extension as well. Both of it faces the backyard.
Okay.
Yeah, where it says remove windows, to me, that means you're going to put a new window.
That's why I read it.
No.
I read it
Yeah,
that way.
you're
Okay.
removing them because you're going to
Additions,
put the addition on.
only because of additions,
Right here.
correct.
See, it says remove window, wood
Right.
trim. I know, now I know. It's not going to be removed, it's going to be turned into a door. Well, it should have said that.
Let me think what else. Marty? You go for class.
I mean, like I said, I was having a difficult time. I like and appreciate the drawings, so I was having a difficult time kind of tracking, I suppose. I think I've got a handle on it. I don't see anything materially that is the question.
Okay. In the material list that you have a 3 over 1 window. Are all your windows 4 over 1?
No.
May I ask what 3/1 means? Oh, 3 panels. Yeah, where the siding is, the window looks different.
It's 3. It's 3. That's 3.
Okay, so the thing that I'm stressing is that if it's a 3 or a 4 over 1, it has to go back 3 or 4, not 1 over 1 or 2 over 1.
Okay.
Understood.
But
Okay.
they're not putting windows. That's going to be an opening to the new.
No, this is, where are they putting that window?
On the other side, I think.
I'm not sure what you're pointing at, sir.
Yeah.
I don't see the,
On the new addition. Yeah, on the new addition.
well, it also says, this also says at somewhere that this might not be, it says divided light cuddle line that may not be accurately represented. So are they gonna be 3/1 or are they gonna match what exists instead?
we're gonna match
they're
what,
going to be matched.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
on-
going to be matched,
So
what's
that is
existing.
existing, so if
Yeah.
you see, what they're telling you is if you see 4/1,
One,
it's gonna be
Four.
4/1.
okay.
But the new stuff, if you see in the pictures, some of it is
They were both 3/1
3/1.
and 4/1
Right.
on the
Right,
side
now,
view.
the ones that are coming out, they don't have to replace because they're coming out. Right, I understand that,
And the windows are only going in the new addition.
right. And they're 3/1, as per the cut sheet says. 22 and 3/8 by 24 and 31/32.
Okay,
These are
got it now.
4/1.
Yeah,
But then there's small ones are 3/1.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll find
So
where the
that
doors.
you see, you know,
yeah.
Yeah, see, these are all.
Yeah, I know, it's a bit complicated.
varies depending on the size of the window.
Exactly.
It's all new builds.
And there are some that are
The
3/1
backside, you're
or some
looking
that
at
are
it from the
4/1.
alley? If you're in the alley, that's what I'm,
Yes.
that's what I'm looking at.
Yes.
No, but I'm
the
standing
window
in
is
the alley,
bigger.
that's what I'm just trying to.
Yeah,
Got it,
Yeah.
feel
But then
of,
if
yeah,
you see the
got
side,
it
it's
now.
3.
Yeah, got it now.
Material-wise, are you
I
okay with
had, the aluminum storm door, where is that going? I couldn't figure that out.
We
There's
don't
a-
have a storm door.
Well, just hold on.
Oh,
Is it
it's
going
not
in
a
front
storm
of
door.
it?
It's a-
No?
It's a wood door.
It's the same door as, to match all the other doors that are existing.
If you're gonna have the one coming on aluminum.
Yeah, it just says aluminum in there, that's.
I don't know why. No, it's not. I mean, unless, it's a wood door to match the other doors. Yes.
Right, and that's, go to the elevation of the laundry, that door, is gonna be this door right here.
it? But it does specifically say
Yeah, that's what confused.
interchangeable aluminum storm door.
I just,
If you have this side elevation, that's the location where that door is gonna go, is right here, that's facing harbor.
This door,
A wooden door or aluminum?
Yes, same door as the others. In fact, it's facing one right now to the back of the yard. And
got that
we
one.
would just reuse it.
No, that's it.
and I got this one.
Okay,
Keep going,
okay.
keep going.
So there's a door currently that looks to the backyard, a wood door just like that, and I would like to reuse it, just turned on the other side for the addition. Because that's where we take that, where the addition gets put on,
This is not there.
If we're able.
if we're able
This
to.
is not being used.
I'm still confused, so
Yeah.
you're saying you're not putting an aluminum storm door even on the back?
No, there's not going to be an aluminum storm door, it's going to be a wood door to match all the other doors.
Because
In-
that's what's in the packet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Incorrect. It's wood, it's a wood door.
Okay.
We're just going by what we read.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
And the main doors that you're putting on the, used to be garage,
Yes.
that's going to be facing the alley or
It's facing Harbor Avenue,
facing,
and they would just be doors that look like doors.
So they're not going to be movable?
No, because it's already all closed in. We purchased it that way.
So it's page.
but the other doors?
That's
those
going
doors
on the other side facing the backyard.
Facing the backyard? Okay. And there's a section already cut out for it? You said something about
Yes.
there's a hole there.
It's a hole. We don't have a door there right now.
Okay.
Another dumb question. Is there electricity in the garage?
At this time, no.
Okay.
You're
You're gonna-
burying all your lines, right?
There is a line that's there that's been determined as probably inadequate to its future use,
Inadequate, yeah.
but it's still to be determined. We haven't had the electrician come over and actually look at it for capacity.
Okay,
But we're gonna have it buried, yes, and
So when
brought
you do that,
electric
you
to the
can have-
garage. Mhm.
right.
Anyone want, what?
Nothing?
I'm sorry to keep bouncing around.
No,
but
no.
The build-out where the insulation is, it's actually going to be windows up there?
Yes.
Is that what?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, that's it.
I'd like to make a motion, we accept it and give them
We approve.
we approved, right?
Anyone second?
Thank you.
All in favor?
Can I just know the clarity on the motion is also going to be removing the mention of the storm, the aluminum storm door, because that is not part of the application, is that correct?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes.
So we're going to be
Remove
removing
it.
that from the
Yeah,
application.
right, totally remove that paragraph about aluminum.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We can
Thank
go
you
to
very
work.
much for your time.
Nice
And
to
I
see
didn't
everyone.
realize it was you. I saw the name and I'm like, Alfred?
Yeah, that's my legal name, but it's hard to pronounce, so I go by Eva. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Congratulations.
Bye.
Okay. I said all in favor. Did we,
You didn't finish, because I interrupted you before you.
oh, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approved. It's official.
Good.
Okay, this is. Jessica. Yes, here. 184, 394. Oh. It's,
Jesus. 10-foot high.
Yeah, this is Jessica.
hi Jessica, this is Kathy Glosser with the Historic District Review Board in Cape Charles. How are you?
today?
Good. So we're going through your application.
I got to do the staff report first.
Tracy will explain.
Hi, this is item 6F1. We're at 616 Strawberry Avenue. The owners and applicants, Samuel and Jessica Coburn, are on the phone. And they are seeking the approval for a 256 square feet detached patio in their rear yard. It had been started, so we did put a stop work order on that. And the project has not been completed, but it is in compliance with zoning now after receiving a site plan and everything. So now they are coming to you. So if you'll turn it around, the materials they are using is pressure-treated wood, and this is detached from the home.
Detached.
It's detached from the home, yes.
Because that was a question I had. The picture looks like it's attached.
It says 10-foot.
No, if you look at the site, but the actual site plan, you
I
will
saw
see.
that.
Yeah.
But if you look at
Yeah, we went out there and checked, and it's not, it's off of the house.
So you're standing on
And the height will be about, I do believe they put 10 inches off the ground, but it's not attached at all. We actually did a site visit.
Distance between the
Rear of the house, that's the rear.
patio and the house.
Let me see if they have.
believe it's 33 inches.
30.
It should be in the,
Yeah,
I believe that's what it is. I can look it up in my materials, which I'm trying to pull up on my computer
Yep.
right now.
See,
Loading slowly.
Because I'm looking at a picture, and I'm assuming this picture is of what you've
It-
started.
it's 28 inches from the side back of the house.
Side back
No,
of the house.
Yeah.
the back of the house,
Side back of
the site plan.
Yes, this is a corner lot.
See, it looks like it's attached to the house,
So if you go around the corner,
doesn't it?
Yeah, I understand. You'll be able to see it from the street.
yes,
Yeah,
it is not
looks like it's
attached.
attached in the picture, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not attached at all. Like I said, we did a site visit, and it's not attached at all.
It is an optical illusion.
Yeah, it just had to, it just had to have y'all's approval because you can see it from the public right away.
The other dimension.
Even though
It
it's
says
not
10
anchored
feet
to
on
anything, it's not a permanent structure, this, I mean, I guess I'm struggling to see where we have the authority to have anything to do with this.
It is a structure,
How so?
Because it is raised,
yes.
because it is not a fixed.
Is it raised, though? I thought it's effectively
off the
10 inches off the ground.
And it
And
has,
why you were seeing this happen.
it has
Yes.
footings into the ground.
I don't know if
Assuming it's resting on blocks on,
Yeah, I have them on my shed.
Then that doesn't make it a permanent structure.
it doesn't have to be a permanent structure, it's a structure.
Yep. And Herb, to answer your question, if you look under Part 5, Project Information, they put 16 by 16. And then I do believe it is, I should know these by heart now, but sorry, I do not. Under Part G, patio, 16 by 16.
Yeah, that's too big.
Make your comment in the microphone.
I think it's obtrusive and too big, especially being 10 foot tall. It's taller than the fence.
No, 10,
Inches.
it's 10
10
inches in height off the ground, just 10 inches.
It's
Yeah.
that, just off the ground.
Yeah, it's just off the ground. Yeah. Yeah.
I got it. I couldn't see. Yeah. Wait. This is the house on Strawberry that just put up the little fence that went past the front of the house.
Yes, there's a fence up there.
Yes, what you all approved. A wood fence.
But I thought fences couldn't go past the rear of the house.
Well, this is a corner lot, so remember, the sides can be of a different height, yes. We have front yard fences, yes.
So the house must face Strawberry? Okay, well, it's on the corner of Washington and Strawberry.
Sorry, that was back in.
And if you look, it stops at the, way up on the corner of the house, according to the plot, and also according to my just going by there today.
So if you have a question about the fence, come see me separately, because that's not what she's here for today.
Yeah, we're here about the patio.
Okay.
Okay?
The fence previously,
Yeah, and it came to you guys, yep,
This is the front.
yeah. And you've got the site plan survey right there.
Just talking about
I know.
And the applicant is on the phone if you have any questions about the materials.
And the material will be composite.
No, it'll be wood. It'll be pressure-treated wood.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I have no questions, concerns, issues with the materials. It's a slightly raised platform. You know, we're talking, I don't know, are these 2x8s, are these 2x10s? you know, we're barely a step off the ground from the total height of it. It's not going to be visible hardly.
I have one question. There's a photograph of, this is what it could look like, and that is a privacy fence, is that?
Oh, no, no, the privacy fence is, ignore the privacy fence, it's just that platform that's painted. I think it's black in the picture, and that was just me Googling, looking for kind of our inspiration for it. But no privacy fence, the fence is not a part of this.
So it's just open on all three sides.
And it will not be attached to your main structure.
No,
I'm gonna put that in the motion, it can never be attached.
It has the dimensions there, but yeah, it's fine. So, do you want to make a motion, Herb?
Yes, I'd love to.
Could
I
I just
think
ask a question?
1 second.
Sure.
Sorry. Does it block an egress to under the house or something? I just
Crawl
wondered if-
space.
Yeah, is
Yeah, it
there
does look
another
like, yeah.
crawl space, or does that matter?
nothing is blocked because
Yeah.
there's almost
36
feet.
inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's,
she's-
it's it's
Pat's
far
talking
enough
about an
away from the
access door.
house.
There's an access door.
But the
Yeah,
picture is an
but
optical illusion.
it is, it sits far away
She
from
said
the
there's
house.
There's 3 feet between the house
Yes.
and the platform.
Yeah.
I know, it's very deceiving from that.
Yeah, it looks like it's really close, but it's not.
That was my only.
Herb, would you like to make a motion?
Yeah, I'd love to. Ain't nobody gonna agree with me though. I'd like to make a motion that we issue a certificate of appropriateness with the codicil that it cannot be attached to the house at any time.
Ever?
No plans to do that, for what it's worth.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Patricia?
Aye.
Passed. Approved.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
All right, have a great night. Bye-bye.
Okay.
And the window replacement thing, is that for something else?
It's a carryover from last month. Yeah, it's a carryover from last month.
So we just have a couple housekeeping items that we need to do now, if you all are ready, that Katie and I would like to go over with you. So carried over from last month, we had asked your position on window replacements, so I'm just going to read this. This is, our office has taken the position that while the guidelines may have allowed for administrative review for the replacement of like-for-like windows being reviewed, we did not feel comfortable when an entire house for window replacement. Application was received since typically additional work may be needed once the existing windows were removed, especially on such a large project. Therefore, we would like the board to determine if they feel a whole house window replacement application with like-for-like materials should be reviewed by the board, or do you want the zoning administrator to do it administratively?
As long as it's approved by the zoning people, you maintain the sill per the book.
I think it's fine if you want to bring it to us, if you're not comfortable.
And the reason why we're raising this, because we recognize all they're doing is the windows, that's what they're telling us, that's their intent. As you all know, sometimes you start openings, and you see other issues.
Problems,
Right.
right.
And then we're gonna be in the position of saying, when they come to us, well, now we need to expand and go a little bit further. And we're gonna have to say, sorry, stop. And does it come back to this board, or am I at that point making an emergency approval decision because we really don't want to leave the building exposed with any openings once they've removed.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with it coming to the board. I mean, we're gonna be in the same position. We can approve all the windows and they can start the work.
Correct, but it makes it faster for response when I'm on the fly of then saying, they've now found termite damage, or they found this rot, and they're now having to replace this framing, and it's not gonna be wood, it's gonna be this. At
Then it
least
would just be an
you're
amendment.
a little more informed,
I agree with you.
so that
Totally.
it's not the calls backwards of,
Yeah, I wouldn't want the
"You guys
responsibility,
are in the office."
right.
I have no problem with that.
So again, we're all, if everybody's good
Every-
with that, when we
yes.
have a whole window house replacement,
Right.
we're going to require them to come to this board for approval.
Fine.
Everybody good with that position?
Correct, everybody.
Okay, I'll make sure. Thank you. Can I frame this before you start it?
Yeah, go ahead.
For a second?
Yeah.
Sorry. I really wanted we're going to review the alternative materials procedure, just so we have a chance to kind of walk through the process for you. But most of what I wanted to frame it in the context of why we did the upgrades and improvements to the guidelines as a whole. What were some of the triggers of that? And one of those triggers is the fact that we had several appeals of decisions coming from this board that went to town council that were not always upheld. As you know, town council overruled the historic board, and that led to some friction and tension between the two bodies. And that was raised during our whole review process when we brought in the consultant to look at how we're doing our guidelines and the appeals process associated with said. So there were two things that got changed specifically in our documentation, and one of them is dealing with appeals. So the town council responsibility and roles in appeals now is very narrow. If an appeal is filed, they're looking at, did you follow process and procedure? Which means, did we follow the guidelines
Right, the
that
book.
are outlined? And so that really is the context I want to draw your attention to this about alternative materials, because if we haven't followed our own guidelines as it relates to alternative material consideration and approvals or disapprovals of said, that would be an appealable option that council could say, well, you didn't even follow the process of why you said yes or why you said no to an alternative material. That could be something they could rule against you and agree to the appeal being filed. So we just wanted to take a little bit of time while we didn't have a lot of business tonight to walk through that process. Tracy's going to walk through it again. And we're happy to create some cheat sheets or guidelines during the course of your meetings if that will help you, or just to make sure we are verbally going through the exercise on the record why you're making the decisions you're making. You're up now.
What is driving this evening, if I
Just
may
because we had
ask?
time.
That's it?
That really was
Okay.
it.
And we did have a
Okay.
question last meeting, so I
Yeah,
wanted to make
okay.
sure everyone understood.
Just trying to
Yeah,
make sure I'm,
Michael
However,
struggled with-
And
it-
if you don't remember, we also had our first appeal get filed in
One-
town council.
one in over 2 years.
Yes. And your decision was upheld by town council.
Yeah, and this is not up for debate or question tonight. This is in the guidelines. Everything I took was from the guidelines. So if there's any questions, it's right out of the guidelines, so.
And
Okay,
there
we're,
are some parts of this that may need to be corrected in the guidelines.
well, we have a process for that.
statement that absolutely does not make sense.
Okay, so this is only for flow chart for contributing structures. And this is right from the chapter 7. So this starts in general, alternative materials may be used if the following circumstances are present. And this starts the chapter. So is the historic material still available? Is there skilled craftsmen capable of doing the work with or installing the historic material? Is historic material characteristically flawed? Is the code requiring alterations that result in the removal of historic materials? Is there an unusual circumstance with a compelling reason that ensures all features of the alternative material have the same size, shape, and texture of the original material, and is it visually indistinguishably from original material from the public right-of-way. So if that's that is alternative materials. They're like extenuating circumstances where you don't even go to the flow chart. So next, you'll see where it says answer the below questions to determine if the flow chart is necessary. And this is when the flow chart, I just broke down the flow chart for each question. And the number one question is, can the existing feature material be repaired? And if the answer is yes, you stop right there. And you go to the chapter because the original feature the material needs to either be retained or be repaired. If no, you continue down to the flow chart. And on every page, I did put, it is the property owner must fully and clearly demonstrate that it is not repairable.
Now, alternative materials, if you remember, Katie, we gave a gentleman the right to use the boards he had purchased on his front porch that were not going to be put in perpendicular to the house because he had already bought the long boards. Do you remember?
But that wasn't an alternative material.
Yeah, it was an alternative
It's
material.
wood,
It was wood, but it was already cut to 24 foot.
but it was still wood. It's not an alternative.
He was just replacing it a different way, and once you put that in the motion of why he was doing that.
Okay, but when it was framed differently, it wasn't framed,
Correct.
That's not an alternative material.
No, we're talking about materials. That's design issue.
okay,
And you referenced that when you voted that issue.
right,
Yes.
okay,
Okay?
go ahead.
Okay, so if the first question is no, then you're going to go down because the flow chart, which we did put on the back here, does have questions, which do look like you have to answer all of them. But I went through each one and just took it out and went down. So is the material character defining and can the look be replicated? So if yes, you use the original material. If no, then you continue to the other side of the flow chart as it states, and you answer those questions. If you would like to. This is what it says. If not, so the question Kathy is talking about is the one that's getting ready to come up. Is the two questions that need to be answered on the other side is the new equivalent alternative material of lesser quality than the historic material? That's question one. And then question two is expenses versus investment, lifestyle analysis, maintenance cycles, economic consideration given to property, not individual.
My comment on that question, is the new equivalent alternative material of lesser quality than historic material? If the answer is yes, it's of lesser quality, then you can use it. That doesn't make sense.
I was just thinking, I'm sorry that I brought this up. I apologize to everyone.
No,
You
no,
know,
no,
it's
I just.
clearly
and that may
my
have been
fault.
Something that when we went through the original guidelines,
No, that's, and I can give you a point. Cedar siding, which a lot of the wood houses are white cedar. It'll last 100 years, properly maintained. Hardy board statistically will not last 25 years in the climate and the area which we live. because of the salt air that comes off the bay.
Well, there you go. That's the questions you
But
should
that's
be
my
asking
point.
on
That-
here.
That's, I'm just
Okay,
adding to your point.
okay. I mean, I just think we maybe didn't do it right when we wrote the original guidelines. That doesn't make sense.
We didn't.
But do you all get the gist of what you're supposed to be doing with the alternative
It should
materials?
be, if the new equivalent is of better quality than the historic material, the answer is yes. Not lesser quality.
I wrote it exactly how the guidelines said, but you're probably correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And
just
then-
a typo probably or something.
Yep.
Could be.
Yep. And then, of course, the property owner should be prepared to demonstrate that the new proposed material is appropriate for use on a contributing building. So when we're dealing with the alternative materials, after I read the chapter, it does say that this is on the property owner to provide the board with the information they need to determine this. You can always ask for more information or clear pictures or reports that you need.
Where's the drawing?
It's in the,
It's in the guidelines.
guidelines.
The-
It's in the guidelines.
yeah.
That's what my issue was.
Yeah, it's
That's-
not
so-
really a good flow chart.
No, so that's why I took
That's
each
why we're
individual,
here this evening.
I took each individual question out and answered it.
I mean,
And
it's just a
I
matter
think
of
you did a good
rearranging
job.
it.
thank you.
Yes.
You really did, and you put a lot of work into it, even though I think most of us are in agreement that there's a typo there.
Okay, well, I can't help that
I
tonight.
know, but
No, but we could maybe propose to go back.
We have noted it, yes, so.
I think we can note it to Katie and Tracy.
So,
But the, just to be candid, the timeframe to correct something in this is gonna fall behind the revision going on right now in the zoning.
yeah,
Right, but it's noted.
About 4 months.
it is
It's
noted.
noted.
Yep. So basically, if all of the flow chart
Does this create a
questions,
massive loophole
on-
going forward, this
Yeah, we
typo
could
or
say, well,
inconsistency?
Hardcore
No.
is lesser quality, so it's improved.
no,
Indicate here that we think that is a
typo,
wrong typo or wrong reading of this.
Yes.
The intent is not to allow a
Okay.
lesser
quality.
or lifespan of material to be inserted.
It's not a book.
So the gist here is if the answers on the left column of the flow chart, in case you don't have this handy, but I did put hole punches in it so you could put it in your guidelines for quick
I
reference.
would not put it anywhere else, I'll tell you that, and I'll study that
Your
thing
guideline
every
binder.
night.
If it is, any of those questions are yes, not all of them,
No,
any of them,
Well, you put it in your,
then
Yes,
you
I will.
use original materials.
yeah.
And then if they're no,
I just
you
think
move
whoever did the
over.
drawing,
So,
could have done
that's not really a flow chart.
and this is again for contributing structures, but I did not get into non-contributing tonight.
Thank you so much for all your hard work.
Are we good?
Katie, thank you for your hard work.
We're not done yet. We have one more item on the agenda.
You're not getting away. This, yeah, the stuff they've approved administratively,
Yeah, I know.
but they have to say it.
Okay, so as you see, we approved 5 items through the administrative process this past month. They are before you if you have any questions on those. Hearing none, I have nothing else to report to you at this time. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Katie.
516 Randolph,
So,
516 Randolph, that's gonna be next to me.
yeah, got to be. It's the parking lot.
No, no, the other way.
Up,
They haven't done it yet, the brick,
I don't know which one you're talking about.
516 Randolph.
I don't know if they've done it yet, but they were approved this past month.
Okay. That's my neighbor.
Okay,
And she came to look at my sidewalk and said she wanted to do it.
okay. I would think she's done it yet, just because you had such a substantial amount of.
No,
rain.
we haven't done it yet.
Outside garage down there.
Nope.
Send us home.
Motion to adjourn, do I hear?
Oh. Motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Done.